Dr. Moebius and Mr. Gurr is a recent English translation of interviews by Numa Sadul with Jean Girad, who's also known as Moebius. This book was solicited for 2022, I think, or early 2023. It took a long time, but it finally saw print in late November, early December 2023. And it does have some art, but it's really just interviews. And I haven't read this yet. I just read a couple of the pages. Just really cool pictures. But mostly it's just interviews. And what I found about, and it tells you the year and where they recorded it. But what I've always found really interesting with the few interviews I've read with Jean Girard, or I'll say Moebius interchangeably, is that he knows he's great, but yet he knows his limitations, or he's self-effacing. Like there's a passage here where he talks about Richard Corbin, and he says, I have Richard Corbin, goes, because he's so much better than I am. Like he'll talk about his own limitations as an artist. I mean, he's not doing that, aw shucks, I'm just an artist. I mean, he knows what he's doing, but he's very honest, and he's a lot, he doesn't seem, at least in these interviews, as full of his own BS as you would expect someone at this stature to be. So I find these interviews fascinating. There's once in a while you have some art here from different stories. Some of these were probably maybe not even been translated into English. So that's pretty cool. It's a really high quality book, nice thick glossy pages. This is from the World of the Dena, which Dark Horse did publish, and it's a very lovely book. I read that. I liked that. That was a satisfying story. I know that there's been some criticisms that the Dark Horse reprints have been the Moebius stuff and maybe some of the smaller, lesser known works, at least the recent types of translations. And I myself would love to see his Blueberry stuff reprinted in English. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but this is a really interesting book. And from what little I've skimmed through different interviews, the questions are interesting, and the answers seem really surprisingly very honest. So I'm not buying this because I'm a Moebius fan. I've read some interviews in the Blueberry collections. You'll have interviews with him, and some of the answers, I mean, this is beautiful. This is just a personal sketch. It's undated, but I mean, this is just gorgeous. And oh, there we go. We got some Blueberry here. There you go, man. Blueberry's the man. And I'm not sure what this is for. Okay. Oh, this is a gift to Isabel. I Love You 2009. So I don't know if this is part of a comic or if this is just something that he did, but yeah. Love this work. I love this storyline, the Blueberry storyline. I never thought I would really, and here's another deep sketch of Blueberry. And just some really cool art. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show the book, some pictures here. And I think if you are a fan of Moebius, I've always found that seeing the insights of an author, especially one as honest and self-effacing as Moebius can be, I think is always useful. There's a lot of cartoonists that are really full of themselves, and you can tell when it comes across in their interviews. But I think he sort of reminds me of, I saw Adele in concert September of last year, and it's interesting because she knows who she is. She knows she's Adele. She knows she's one of the biggest music stars on the planet. But at the same time, she can be very honest about her own limitations and her own foibles. So she comes across as someone like, yeah, I know who I am. I know I'm a big star and I know I'm great, but like, I'm just a human being and I screw up too. I think this would be a great pickup for anybody that's a fan of Moebius, and I think it's just generally an interesting insight into the mind of an artist. These interviews were done over days. They're famous, and this collects them all. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting, and talk to you later. Bye.